6 o'clock Anchor the Light meditation. Of course, 6 o'clock California, wherever you are, whatever that time is. Anyway, before we start, let's ask for divine blessing, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. You can pray to whoever you like. Personally, to my teacher, Master Tuakok Sui Mahaguji Mailing, we humbly invoke for divine light, divine love, guidance, help, healing, and divine protection. Thank you for blessing us with a loving heart, an intelligent mind, and a powerful will, that we may be of service to others. We thank you in full faith. So it is. Right, so a lot of you joined me this morning, and we were talking about actually this. Just taught this class this past weekend, and so it's fresh in my mind, and I thought, well, I'll share it with you guys because I think it's one of the most powerful teachings my teacher has shared with us. And so you have this tree of life, and you see these three bars. Okay, 1 up here, 2, and 3. Okay, of course, the other ones, but just focus on those. And the first one is basically these are the three complementary opposites. When you say complementary opposites, they're opposites, but they help each other. Okay, complementary. So this one is, let's see, I know I'm reading this backwards. This is intuition, that's the forehead chakra, and this is the ajna, which is intellect or understanding. And the other one's the heart, and that's the solar plexus. And that's the Mengmen chakra. That's the spleen, and that's the Mengmen chakra, the gate of life. So I'll just go through this very, very quickly. I covered it this morning. Of course, there's no way I could cover the entire thing in like 15, 20 minutes. So try to get a hold of the book or attend the class again when you have it, or wherever you are when they offer this class. It's a powerful, powerful teachings. Anyway, so the first one is, as we mentioned this morning, balancing intuition with intellect. And we covered that this morning, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but essentially it's you get information from your soul, from God, from your angelic guides, teachers in the energy world, right? So when that energy comes in, your brain and your nervous system, basically your mental faculty, has to be able to take that information and make sense of it, or in other words, understand it. And from there, your throat center, which is knowledge, will break it down into details. So not only do you understand it, you can say, okay, I can now apply it. Okay? So that's balancing intuition with intellect. The other one is your heart and your solar plexus, balancing love and compassion and severity. All right? That part, as I mentioned this morning, if you're a parent, you know exactly how that works. You love your children, but when they misbehave, you have to say, I love you so much, I want to forgive you, let the matter pass. But at the same time, you're thinking, well, if I just keep letting things pass, this kid will think it's okay to do what's wrong. They won't know that there's a consequence for every action. So if they do something bad and you let it go, they go, no consequence, right? So the solar plexus says, okay, you're grounded, or hand over your mobile phone. There has to be the right balance of when to use love and kindness and when to use severity. Okay? So there's these two. And then from there, you have the spleen center, which is in the lower left rib, that has to do with life force or energy. In the Kabbalah, it's called netzach, or power. Victory, like squash the opponent. Yeah? Behind your bell button is the gate of life, or what we call in panicking, Mingmen. Ming is life, Man is door. And a lot of you who are not aware of it, if you're still studying the 7 chakras, first of all, I hope you realize you have at least 11, okay? If you're still stuck with the 7, I would recommend you study more. Just to put this in proper context, what we always tell people is there are different levels of truth. So if there's a small circle, we say we have 7 chakras. That's a correct statement. Then as you learn higher teachings, you start to expand your awareness, you notice, we have 11 centers. It does not make the 7 wrong. It's just a higher perspective or wider perspective. And then you realize, wait, we actually have 12 and more, because as you study further, you get to meet somebody from India, and they go, by the way, on the 7th month of mom's pregnancy, we throw mom a party. And they go, why? Because Shiva visits the pregnant mother on the 7th month. And you go, what does that mean? And then later on, when you take pranic healing or some advanced courses on spirituality, you go, when mom is pregnant in the 7th month, a brilliant light came down her crown and stopped 1 foot above the baby's head. And that's actually what's called the 12th chakra. You get my point? So the 7 chakras is not wrong. It is only wrong when you say you only have 7 chakras. By the way, just for reference, if you are studying, these teachings were brought to the West by a school called Theosophy. Okay, and one of the major books that people use is the book called The Chakras, written by Charles Ledbetter. A fantastic, basically it's a walking X-ray machine. And it's interesting, I don't know why people are so selective in what they do. They study, they go, oh yeah, you have 7 chakras, the 7 colors of the rainbow, 7 notes of music, the 7 glands. But in the book he wrote, all of the chakras are multicolored. As you will see, these are all multicolored. They're not just one single color. This red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, this is basically oversimplified. So I would recommend you study further, okay? Anyway, here's my point. So you have the spleen center on the left, and then you have the gate of life behind your bell button. One is power, the other one is glory. Glory means the ability to transmute or transform. And so if this is balancing intuition with intellect, in other words, sharpen your mind so you understand what the heck you're getting as signals, right? So you can understand them. And then this one, the heart and the solar plexus, is to balance love, kindness with severity, when to use force and when to use love. These two have to do with when to use power and when to use transmutation or forgiveness. And that is also very, very important, because when you have a certain circumstance in front of you, depending on what type of life you lived or how you've been brought up, sometimes we just want to squash things, right? If you come from you've been brought up, you say, okay, how do you deal with obstacles? You just destroy it. Okay, so you go like that. And then, but if you come from a background where people want to understand what happened and find a solution, then you go, oh, okay. Instead of squashing this thing, why don't we break it down and see, okay, you, what do you want? You, what do you want? What can you live with? And then you make the whole thing harmonize. So instead of just destroying the issue, you're able to make it work better. In other words, transmutation, taking it from something that's conflicting to something more, let's just say, agreeable to everyone, okay? So I'm sharing this with you because a lot of people don't realize, in trying to be better, all of us, from going from, okay, this is going to be a little extreme, from going from caveman to saint, okay? Caveman to saint, there has to be inner transformation. And this transformation is not just going, oh yeah, when I make a mistake, I have to fix it, whatever. That works, don't get me wrong. But if you understand it from the energy viewpoint, and you understand how your energy centers contribute to who you are, how you look at life, it makes the whole thing better. For example, let's go back to the heart and the solar plexus. If there's a certain situation where, let's say, somebody did something wrong, the solar plexus has a tendency, that guy messed up. So we should really punish him, we should destroy him, we should make sure he never walked the earth again. That's the solar plexus. And the heart chakra said, look, in the big picture, that's not a good idea, because, you're destroying the person's self-esteem. That person has good points, good qualities also. It just so happened at that time, it was the bad qualities that showed up. So why don't we give him a chance, right? It's just like if you're an employer and your employee messes up, you go, okay, I can just fire this guy and just say, hey, you screwed up once, that's it, gone. Or you can go, well, everybody makes mistakes. This is the heart chakra talking now. Let's give this guy a chance. Okay, you sit him down, explain it. Okay, this is what you did, this is what's wrong, this is how you can correct it. Got it? The person says yes. So you give them a chance. You're using heart instead of solar plexus. And you do notice they improve. So you just save yourself the misery of trying to fire someone, and you actually have someone that's now going, oh, I'm so happy he gave me a chance. Now the guy's on your side. Instead of saying, you screwed up, okay, I don't tolerate any mistakes, right? So that is very, very important, because if your life is ruled by certain principles, which is connected to virtues and how your energy centers work, then you have a pattern for life. Rather than, oh yeah, this happened, yeah, and go by how you feel that time. Because your emotions could be like this that day, could be like this that day. That's why we always say there's no such thing as a calm emotion. An emotion is constantly in motion. So If that person in front of you happened to meet you when you're up here, lucky them. If you happen to be in the dumps that day, they're screwed, man. Get the idea? So it is not how you feel that time that you decide what you do with your life. You live by certain principles and virtues that you learn from your religion, your culture, your parents. Because if you do it that way, then what happens is the spiritual self, the soul, have these guidelines to work with. And so even though they don't feel like forgiving someone, they go, well, everybody is growing and evolving, and so evolution involves time, process, and a lot of screw-ups. I've had my share of my screw-ups, and I sure wanted to be forgiven when I messed up. So maybe this person needs a chance. So if you do it that way, even though emotionally you go, man, this is my chance to just destroy this guy, part of you go, no, that's not the right thing to do. So you just save yourself some negative karma that you would have generated because you followed certain principles. Make sense? That's why when some people say, oh, I just want to be spontaneous, it's okay to be spontaneous if you got all the virtues down. But if we still have character flaws, and all of us do, if you don't, you shouldn't be watching this. This is kindergarten for you. Since we have character flaws, if you go by just being spontaneous at that time, one day you could be great, one day you could be terrible, right? But if you don't have any character flaws anymore, you can be as spontaneous as you like. So the key is to live life with certain structure, okay? And this structure is basically what we get from schools, from teachers, from saints, from holy books, spiritual books that you read. And if I can just share something with you, and then we'll do the meditation, is I always share this with a lot of people because they like to quote stuff. You know, the Quran said this, the Bible said this, the Bhagavad Gita said this. And if you go back thousands of years ago when these books were written, unless I'm terribly mistaken, they didn't sit down in a room and says, by the way, we'll name this book this and make sure that we make it, instead of, all these writings, make sure it's like 20 chapters. Not 21 chapters, 20. And just make sure we have chapter and verse. Make sure we're all the same. No. A lot of these prophets, when they were writing, they were inspired by God as they wrote it. They didn't say, by the way, okay, let's start with chapter 1. Oh, no, erase. No, that's already chapter 3. What is? No. No, they just keep writing. They're being guided. So that said, when you're quoting spiritual books, it is very important to quote things in context. In other words, you have to take into account, who is this author? What is the author's occupation? What is the mindset of that author? And when that author was writing, what was the economic and the political climate at that time? You guys are saying, that's too much thinking. Yeah, if you want to be right. Otherwise, I could take any verse in the Bible, in the Quran, and just do anything, whatever I want. And that's exactly what people do. They justify whatever they want. They just pick one verse, say, okay, the Bible says this. And then you read the whole thing, go, that's not what he said. Context, context, context. So in order to have context, you have to sharpen your mind. That means before you open your mouth, you think, okay, at that time, this is what it's taught. That's why after this, we'll meditate. That's why Lord Jesus said what? He said to you guys, the apostles, he said, to you are given the keys to the mysteries of heaven. To them outside are given parables. Okay? Now, to put it in context, and it's the same thing with the Lord Buddha, Lord Jesus, Lord Krishna, and all these great teachers, you have to ask yourself one simple question. Are they teaching a bunch of college graduates? No. Most of these people they're talking to can't even write. You'd be lucky if they can read. Right? So, I know this sounds bad, but I like using direct words. They have to dumb it down. Imagine you have a teacher with a chakra bigger than the planet. Well, I don't know about bigger than the planet, but ginormous. I know for sure, based on what I was told by my teacher, for example, some of these great teachers, their aura is, like the Lord Buddha, the aura is bigger than the planet. Now, you have to realize, in order for the aura to be that big, the chakras have to be huge. Because the chakras absorb the energy, let it go through the channels, and that's what the human electromagnetic field is, the aura. Right? So the chakras are big. If the chakras are big, that means they have a lot of energy, massive amounts of processing power. It's just like a computer that's super, super advanced. and talking to a mosquito. You get the point? So could you imagine if these people are writing, the Lord Buddha said this? Oh. I mean, he must have been frustrating for these great teachers to dumb it down like, okay, little children. No, you're below children. That's why in the Buddhist tradition, they talk about the soul being a fetus. Okay? Now, here's my point. So when you study spiritual teachings, you can just quote line by line, and you have to try to decide, okay, what is the actually the teacher's talking about? What is the economic, political climate of that time? From there, you go, oh, maybe what the teacher is saying is this. And most people don't like to do that because why? It requires mental power. You know, the funny part, just to kind of put science into it, I think a lot of you know this already, so it's not like a secret. You know, I have the opportunity to be working with Tony Robbins, and, you know, the guy is a genius. He measures everything, right? So he has this contraption in his body. He tells the group this, which is worth, I don't know, $80,000. It's on him when he's teaching, when he's jumping, and all this stuff. The guy burns something like 11,000 calories a day. I'm going, do you realize how 11,000 calories? That's being counted. By noontime, we have the computer, we're in the backstage, you're going, oh, you just burned 5,000 calories. I'm going, you know how many push-ups, how many burpees, how much stuff I have to do to burn even half of that? But the guy's burning 5,000 to 11,000 calories a day, right? And the interesting part of that is, I'm sharing this with you because based on what he said and a few other people there, a lot of that is not just physical movement. A lot of it is brain power. Brain power. I was shocked. I go, because in order to deliver the way he delivers, he has to have it congruent in his mind, has to be able to understand it clearly, and to be delivered so clear that on your end you go, I got it. You get my point? So that's probably one of the reasons why people don't like to think it burns calories. But then on the other hand, you think about it, if you're already doing exercise, you want to burn that fat out of wherever, maybe sharpen your mind. And when I'm talking about sharpening your mind, it's not like studying, oh, it's very interesting, the news is interesting, yeah, whatever. No, you're talking about understand, break it down, meditate on it, how to apply it in my life. That requires, and it will require energy. But you know what? The beautiful thing about that, you get to interpret the spiritual information coming in. You get to learn, you get to sharpen your mind, you get to burn calories, and you get to learn how to apply it in your life. Make sense? So, if some of you are still thinking, yeah, being spiritual is chanting Om all day long, go find out a teacher. That's not how we operate here. I remember my teacher used to say, my master used to say, you want disciples that are intelligent, powerful, and loving at the same time. Just being a loving, devoted student doesn't do anything. What are you going to do with people just saying, doing like this all day long, while people are suffering, they won't even lift a finger, they're just going, You want someone that has the heart to serve, intelligent enough to figure it out, and push. If you have people like that, those are true disciples. Not some people that just say, oh, yeah. So to finish it off, I remember my teacher used to say, he goes, look, in ancient times, a lot of these great teachers, these ascended masters, have students that they train in poetry, in spirituality, in warfare, in medicine. What else? I mean, he went on and I'm going, really? And what they do is, after they train these students, these disciples, they send them out to compete to become mayors, prime ministers, governors. In other words, these spiritual people are powerful people that can make a difference because they have the heart to serve, they're super intelligent, and they have the will to get things done. When I was listening to that, I go, wow, that sure is different than my perception of what a spiritual person is. I thought a spiritual person is just somebody who's a pushover. You know, somebody slaps you, it's okay, let me slap the other cheek. Over here, you miss the other side. No. Even the Lord Jesus, remember when people were messing with the people, they were messing with the temple? Man, he took out his whip, go, you well, of course he doesn't curse. He probably said, you something, get the hell out of the church. By the way, hey, I can't believe you said hell. Okay, this is just a joke, huh? How do you make holy water? The priest blessed the hell out of it. You heard that before, right? Okay, anyway. So just keep that in mind. A true spiritual person has the three aspects as balanced as possible. They are willful, they are loving, and they're also intelligent. That's why the triangle is oftentimes used as a symbol for spirituality. The Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, right? In the Hindu tradition, Lord Shiva is power. Lord Vishnu is love, the preserver. Lord Brahma is intelligence. Egyptian tradition, Osiris is power. Isis is love. Horus is intelligence. That's why, you have the eye of Horus. You get to see stuff and understand it. It's amazing, right? So I thought I'd share that with you because people like to quote the saying, it's above, so below. What does that mean? I go, I don't know. Sounds like a very holy verse. As above, so below means the three aspects of God, power, love, and intelligence, translates downward to us that we have the ability to act, that's power. We have the ability to love and feel, that's love. We have the ability to think. So love, intelligence, and power and will translates downwards. As above, so below. Okay? Anyway, let's meditate. So that said, that's the reason why oftentimes in our meditation, when we do meditation to in the heart, that's to awaken the love aspect in us, right? And then now and then we'll alternate it with the great invocation. Because the great invocation is a very, very powerful prayer, affirmation, I mean, who cares what you call it. It's a very, very powerful teaching given by the great spiritual teachers, which balances intelligence, love, and what am I missing? Will. So when I say from a point of light within the mind of God, light in spirituality usually means wisdom and intelligence. Okay? Love is love. So I said, from a point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth in the minds of men. Or that was the original one. Then later on, he got more politically correct. Let light stream forth in the minds of every person, every being, right? And then from a point of love, from the heart of God, let love stream forth in the hearts of every person, every being, let love descend on earth. And the third one is from the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the wills of every person, every being. So you see, when you do this meditation, you're actually blessing the earth with intelligence, with will, and with love. Now, here's the magic of the whole thing. And I want you to listen and listen carefully. When you do the meditation and you do the affirmation, something very magical happens, okay? The reason I said magic to get your attention. Okay. When you're blessing the earth, let's say with love, two things happen. Number one, in order for you to bless the earth with love, that loving energy has to pass through you. So as it passes through you, that energy of love awakens the love aspect within you, the soul. As you bless the earth with wisdom or intelligence or understanding, that intelligence energy of God passes through you. The secret word is through. As it passes through us, it also stimulates the intelligence aspect of the soul. I think you're getting it. When you bless the earth with will, goodwill, and power, that will aspect or power aspect passes through you. That also awakens the power aspect within you. You already have it, but a lot of times it lays dormant due to whatever we're doing in our life. So that's part one. Part two is the law of karma. As you bless the earth with love, love comes to you. Love karma, remember? The cosmic boomerang, whatever you throw out slaps you back. Okay, there you go. So that's why when you do these meditations over and over again, we try to do it in such a way that as you keep blessing the earth with this and that and whatever, always remember, you always have these two things happening. The energy is passing through you, so it's awakening that side of you. As you bless the earth with that, it also karmically comes back to you multiplied because you have the law of karma and the law of attraction. Right? Law of karma is what? Whatever you throw out comes back. By the way, some of you still go, I don't believe in it. Who cares? I don't believe in gravity. It doesn't care. Okay? So some people are, it just blows my mind. People, I don't believe in that teaching. Ask me if I care. I don't believe in gravity. You jump off a building, you will know it's real. Make sense? So it's the law of karma, not your opinion of karma. Besides, it's in every holy book. So whatever you throw out will come back. Now you have this law of attraction that says like qualities attract. So whatever energy you put out on its way back towards you, because of the law of attraction, it will attract similar vibrations. That's why by the time it hits you, it's multiplied. Hey, that's a good investment, huh? It comes back multiplied. If you plant the right investment, you plant the wrong investment, you're screwed, man. That's why I remember my teacher said, when you give money to charity, you give $1, karmically it comes back 10 or more. So everybody's, hey. Then he goes like this, by the way, you steal $1, you have to pay back $10. Terrible investment. Get the idea? Because of this law of karma together with the law of attraction. Now, lucky us, there's a third law that is in play. It's called the law of evolution. So in other words, when things hit us back, good or bad, all of it is gently pushing us towards God. It's just some people do it slower, some people do it faster. In other words, even the most stupid mistake we've ever done, in the big picture, the soul is still moving forward. I go, phew, that's good to know. But of course, why suffer if you don't need to? Make sense? All right. Shall we? Put your hands on your heart. Let's affirm oneness. I am that I am. I am the soul, the spiritual self. I'm not the body, I'm not the emotion, I'm not the thoughts, I am the soul. I am a being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that, the soul. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. I am that. Any separation or division are just illusions. There is only oneness. I am that. Just be still. Now imagine all of us, just beings of brilliant light, are inside the big bright sun, looking out into the solar system. You repeat after me, we are one. We are one with God, we are one with all. We are one with God's presence in the sun, also known as the central spiritual sun, or in theosophy called the solar logos, or God manifesting in the sun. We are one. Just be still. There is only oneness. There is only oneness. In that oneness is stillness. In that stillness is the balance of love, intelligence, and power. Just say, I am that. All those qualities are in me. So it is. Now open your hands in blessing. Say, we are one. So look out of the sun and just look at the planet Earth. We will chant Om 3 times to open up the energy portal to pour lots of energy to the Earth. Om. 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 From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. Just be still. Allow the divine intelligence in God to pass through us and bless every person, every being on earth with understanding, with intelligence. So be it. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. Just be still. Just allow the love of God to flow through us and bless every person, every being with love, with kindness, and compassion. From the center, where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth. Now just be still. Allow the power of God to flow through us, blessing every person, every being with goodwill. Not just think about being good, but actually acting on it. Bless everyone with goodwill and the inner strength to do what is right, and refrain from unwholesome actions and behaviors. So be it. That is a manifestation of divine will. Again, be aware of the area in between your eyebrows, the Ajna chakra, and your hands. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth. Be aware of your Ajna chakra in your hands. Bless every person, every being with intelligence, with active intelligence, with dynamic intelligence, with understanding, with wisdom, to do what is right. So be it. Awaken their mental faculty. Be aware of your forehead closer to the hairline. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. So be it. Be aware of your forehead and your hands. Fill the earth with unconditional love. Bless every person, every being with love, with kindness, with sweetness, with compassion for all. So it is. Just flood all with so much love and kindness. Some of you can feel a slight pressure in your forehead, in your head area. Just let it flow. It's stretching. Now be aware of your crown and your hands. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. Bless everyone to have goodwill, the inner strength to do what is right, the inner strength to be of service to others, not just talking about it, but taking action. So be it. So be it. So be it. Just be still. Some of you are very sensitive. You could probably feel a throbbing in your forehead, the area in between your eyebrows and your crown and your hands. Just let the energy pass through. Simultaneously, it's awakening the will aspect within you, the love aspect within you, and the intelligence aspect within you. As St. Francis says, it is in giving that we receive. Just be still and let it flow. For the third recitation of the Great Invocation, just be still and listen. The energy will just pass through us. It'll be done for you. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth now. Just be still. It's being done for you. Let the intelligence aspect of the soul be substantially awakened now. So be it. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. May God's messenger of love descend on earth now. So be it. Now just be still. Just let it happen. Let the divine love aspect of God awaken the love aspect of the soul within you now. The love aspect of the higher soul. Just be still. You might feel a slight pressure, a little stretching somewhere in your energy system. Just let it happen. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. So be it. Be still. Let the power aspect of God awaken the power aspect of the soul within you now. Just be still. Something's going to happen. Maintain your stillness. Some of you can feel an energy opening. Just be receptive. Just let it flow through you. It's stretching, it's opening, it's widening. Just be receptive. From the center, which we call the human race and all the different races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth now. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth. So be it. So be it. So it is. Be still. Let's chant Om 3 times together. Om. Om. Maintain your stillness. Just lower your hands on your lap, palms up. Keep your eyes closed, keep your tongue on your palate. Be still. You, the soul, are blessed with intense divine light. You, the soul, are blessed with all-encompassing love. You, the soul, are blessed with empowering will. Divine will. Just be still. Be still and let go. Now. Let this manifest spiritually, mentally, emotionally, etherically, physically, and financially. So be it. Be still and absorb. Now. Just let go. More energy is being transmitted to you, so just be receptive. May you, the soul, be bathed in brilliant light. May you, the soul, the spiritual self, swim in an ocean of divine love. May you, the soul, be empowered with goodwill and the will to do good. So it is. Be still. The energy is being sent to you. Just be receptive. You are free to receive or reject. The choice is yours. And so it is. All right, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chok Sui Mahagu Jumeling, thank you all for your blessings, your love, your light, your empowering will that we may be of service to others. We thank you in full faith. So be it. All right, you can slowly open your eyes. A little different, huh? Yeah. So some of you are a little speechless. You go, what just happened? Yeah, I kind of saying that too myself, like, what just happened? So anyway, I hope you had a good meditation. I'm going, I can't believe I just did that. Anyway, I'm like, beep, 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 beep. I don't know what to say. Anyway, all right, so anybody you felt like your crown was going, some of you feel like a pressure. So all that energy, first of all, let me clear the air. I'm not doing the blessing, okay? I'm not that arrogant. I'm just a lucky guy holding the fire hose to aim at you guys, all right? So thank you. Other than that, I would recommend after we finish this, when we sign off, don't just go out and party and do anything crazy. Just sit still for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Keep your tongue in your palate, close your eyes, and just imagine a point of light a few inches above your head. That's it. That's all you got to do. All right? So after we sign off, I'll say sayonara and bye and everything, and namaste and all the goody-goody stuff. When you sign off, don't just go, whatever. Just stop, turn everything off, turn the lights down if you want to. Keep your tongue in your palate. Just sit. Don't lay down. Sit. Okay? Listen, follow simple instruction. You lay down. Anyway, sit. Just sit straight, tongue on your palate. Just imagine a point of light a few inches above your head. Now, don't go be measuring it. Don't be an engineer like me. You know, like, right? Just imagine a point of light. Keep your eyes closed, and in your mind's eye, just look at that point of light. Okay? Something might happen. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to suggest it to you. But I would recommend you do that for about approximately 3 minutes or however long you can handle. Afterwards, get up, do exercises, and go about your evening or day. All right? Anyway, I've done my job. So thank you very much for allowing me to serve you. We will see you Wednesday. Again, I've shared to the morning group that tomorrow I'm flying to Florida to be with Tony Robbins for the Unleash the Power Within Sydney. You know, I'll be in Florida, but doing Sydney UPW, virtually. So I'll be there for the next few days. So the schedule's going to be slightly off. We will post it on Instagram and Facebook and whatever else, what time we're going to do the Anchor to Life. But it continues, all right? Namaste, everyone. We wish you much happiness, joy, and all the good stuff in life. And that's it. Okay? Namaste, and live super energized.